Welcome back to another episode of Aspiring Creator, and I've actually bothered to set things up properly this time. So we have the decent microphone, the decent camera. Hopefully this is all going to come out and sound well and look well. So yeah, if you are watching this, then maybe drop a comment underneath the video if you're watching on Spotify. Which I guess gets me started off on the first thing on my list for this week's kind of creator update is that last week I tried to add this podcast onto my YouTube channel because YouTube has a section to add podcasts. And what it basically did is it imported all of the previous podcasts and posted 10 videos all at the same time, which for, when you post a video, you get a score 1 out of 10 from the previous 10 videos you posted. It just decimated all of that data because, you've just posted 10 videos. They all suck because they've all got no views. So it kind of ruined that metric. So what I ended up doing was removing it, and then it automatically imported it back in again, and kind of did that. I then had to eventually properly delete the whole podcast thing from YouTube. And I'm going to, at some point in the future, maybe with this podcast, create a separate YouTube channel just for this podcast, and then link that to this podcast so any episodes will get uploaded. However, the frustrating thing was also that, so I upload video along with these podcasts, and the video didn't get uploaded to YouTube. It just uploaded the album artwork, and that was the video. So it was a bit of a disappointment. I would assume that linking say an RSS feed through to YouTube podcast, which is how it works. You link the RSS feed in YouTube podcasts, would have imported the video, but I guess the RSS feed doesn't include the video file name or the video file itself or something along those lines. So that was frustrating. So yeah, if you are doing podcasts, that might be something on your list, but I am going to try and get this onto YouTube because I kind of assume that, YouTube, you want it to all be on the same platform. So you want to have your podcasts in the same channel as you've got your shorts and your long forms and, all the other things they're trying to condense into this one platform. However, I just don't like how they include podcasts as one of your previous 10 uploaded videos. It kind of like shorts, it doesn't really make sense. You want to have if you upload a short, then yeah, sure, rate me out of 10 for my last short they uploaded. But don't rate me because my podcast got 10 listens or 10 views when my videos get way more normally. It didn't seem right, and I'm not quite sure that's, the right way of doing things, but hey, that's what it is. Updates in terms of other things in this whole YouTube world economy thing. So every week I just write down this list of things that's I've come across and kind of come up on my list in the past week, and I just talk through them randomly. No real agenda or order to them whatsoever. It's just the order they came up in my week. So the first one is just a bit of an update on something I'm looking at right now, which is our website. So right now I write my video scripts. I then pay my VA, my virtual assistant, £150 a month to take those scripts and put them on the website, and they'll capture a few photos from the videos and add that just so there's some media within those blog posts. And just by doing that, basically me doing nothing, the website is getting a semi-decent amount of traffic a month, way more than my old IT business was getting in terms of traffic. So I looked at that, and I actually had an email come through a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago, saying oh, hey, your website traffic has doubled in the last month. And I kind of went at that going, doubled? And I hadn't done anything at this point. It did also coincide with the, September, the Apple launch. So it's very much a situation of, when the Apple launch happens, then magically lots of people come out of the woodwork and start searching for things and wanting to upgrade the iPhone, and brands come out of the woodwork because they want to sponsor the Apple content. So there's lots of traffic that surrounds the Apple launch. So yeah, the website, I saw a bump in traffic, and I was just chatting with some creator friends of mine. One of them who I guess started off as a writer, then turned into a YouTuber. So he's got a lot of good advice for how to, I guess, make a profit from the writing work. And his first suggestion was basically to put ads on the website. Now, I'd be putting affiliate links throughout the blog posts, but this is something different. This is literally where you connect it to an ad-serving website service, where it will deliver ads whilst people are scrolling through your website, and, clickable ads. And so in a similar way to YouTube's monetization, it will just, find an advertiser, put it on the website because it's a relevant advert, and then you then earn a little bit of, a percentage of that click or the impression or whatever. I'm not actually sure exactly what the percentages are and how much I earn and what have you. But do I have them? Yeah, I do have it in front of me right now. So I'm using a system called Grow, which is Journey by Mediavine. So Grow by Journey by Mediavine. And so far, we're almost up to a full month of traffic. So I started at October the 29th. We're now, 3 weeks in essentially. And my earnings are currently $165 in ad revenue. And the RPM, is that right, the RPM? Wow, that's really taken off. The RPM, the average RPM at the moment is $12.76. The CPM, which is, I guess, what I get paid, is $1.12. But that has dramatically shot up within the last few days. And they did say this is what happens. So when you start serving ads on a website, it takes a while to, I guess, ramp up because it's trying to test things and figure out the right categories and right content and what have you. And I can see my graph is kind of slowly going upwards in terms of both the number of sessions on the website, which is also another thing we're working on, but also just purely the RPM and the CPM, because generally like I said, it figures out what serves, what ads are best to serve on the website, and then tailors that to your content. And that's now kind of gonna, I guess it will flatline at some point when it figures out, certainly hover around a certain amount. But right now it's like a diagonal line from the last 3 days, which is great. So I'd be very interested in that. That has had 13,000 sessions, they call it, 14,500 page views. So yeah, we're getting 20,000, maybe just above 20,000 views a month, which I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's bad. But if it's going to bring in a couple $100 a month worth of revenue, I am now looking at taking this revenue and going, cool, well, what if I was to spend, and this is, again, all I've spent is £150 a month converting my scripts into blog posts and tweaking the wording of when I say in this video, it will just be in this blog post, I'm going to explain blah, blah, blah. So what I'm going to do is we are looking at investing in an SEO service of some form to basically just, again, I don't want to do the work myself, even though I could do, and I've started to do it. I just want to find a service that I can pay them $500, $1,000 a month, whatever it's going to be. And if they can do something to my website to, plan the content a bit more strategically, tweak the content we have, fix lots of the bugs and issues that are just inherently come as part of having a website, like technical issues where you've, used the wrong type of tags or links. So I'm going to look at investing in that and trying to see if that can do anything at, just see if it improves the website, basically, both from a monetization point of view, from a views perspective. If views go up, then money goes up, and see how that test works. So just putting that out there, something I'm trying to do. Next up on the list is another thing that actually came from this same guy, is that in his recent videos, he has started in the beginning of his videos to say hey, by the way, we've just noticed that people watching this video aren't subscribed to our channel, and 95% of people aren't subscribed. So go down and click the subscribe button. And a few people in our little WhatsApp group chat we've got going on also found the same thing, that if they mentioned it at the beginning of the video, then the number of people that actually went to then subscribe to the video dramatically increased. And generally speaking, for the last, I don't know how many years now, but for the last few years, my channel has pretty broadly just gotten about 2,000-3,000 subscribers every single month. And as we've started going, 100,000, 150, 200,000 subscribers a month, 200,000 subscribers as a channel, those numbers have generally been climbing anyway, because as you grow, it's that whole compounding interest that the numbers just accelerate faster anyway because you're accessing a wider audience. But we haven't done this. And just by focusing on the kind of content we're making, trying to make these more emotional, thought-provoking videos, our subscriber numbers have gone up. So we did was it 6,000 or 7,000 subscribers, maybe 8,000 subscribers in the last 30 days or so. But these guys they did 10,000 subscribers, and one of the guys did 1,000 subscribers off of one video. And I know, again, going back to what I was saying in the previous one about not sure about how much subscribers matters at a certain level of getting too big and that kind of thing. But it does make you wonder of which is the best approach again of, so for me, we've actually added this thing into one of the videos I just shot about was it Black Friday, I think it was. So we've mentioned that at the beginning of the video just to see what that does. But I'm interested to hear what other people think, because I've seen a few others get comments saying stop asking for subscribers. If you want to subscribe, then we will subscribe. But then equally, on the basis they've said that and it's increased their subscribers, maybe just that little prod to say, oh, by the way, maybe subscribe if you want to, and that's having a positive impact. Maybe that is the right way. The only issue I have for that necessarily is when we're trying to make the type of videos I want to make in terms of the emotional type stuff. it's really difficult to like have that video and then be like, by the way, go and click on the subscribe button, because most people watching this video are not subscribed. Like, that completely breaks the format of our video of like really emotional music, beautiful scenes happening, showing you off like what kind of things your phones can capture, and like, by the way, go and subscribe. It's just not, it doesn't really fit in that well with those video types. So not too sure, but just putting that out there for, advice for other people. Maybe want to try that, maybe report back and let me know if that did a positive thing for your channel as well. And this goes on to what I wrote down next, as and I've said this a few times before about experimenting with less better videos and what about shorts, I wrote. And this goes down to, again, off the back of this subscribe versus not subscribe. Some of the guys that are, they got the 10,000 subscribers in the last month, they've been like really pumping out the videos and like multiple videos a week and like trying to stay on top of the new product launches, because there is so many right now with all the Apple stuff, loads of Android stuff coming out as well, and just, Sonos, Bose, there's just so many other kind of brands that are like releasing products right now. And so by throwing a lot more videos out, of course, you've then got more subscribers. So there's like a relevancy there of like, well, is that the reason why they got some more subscribers? Or is it the, asking to subscribe or not? And we've been doing relatively well so far without increasing our video outputs. So we've broadly speaking, we've still put out one video a week for the whole year, pretty much. In the last couple of months, we have done the odd extra video here and there, maybe like a couple of extra videos a month. Just because it is busy season, there is so much to make video content about. But it still does, we are still having to be very selective on the videos we make, because we want to make sure, again, like I want to make sure that the videos we make are, good videos that have got a lot of thought put into them, that have better potential to perform, rather than just making videos about anything and everything. However, that approach does then mean we miss opportunities. We miss, breaking news when you want to make stuff about just the latest stuff that's come out. There was the Mac Mini. Like, I've got it sat next to me. I bought 3 of them and I've been using them for a couple of weeks or so. And I've got loads of thoughts. I'm only just going to sit down tomorrow and script my video. Tomorrow? In like 3 days' time, Monday, to script this video about my Mac Minis. But everyone else has posted their videos already. So like, I've missed the initial like rush of traffic with everyone wanting to know about the Mac Minis. And I know some of the guys that we're chatting in the group, they literally get the Mac Minis, they unbox them straight away, and they get straight onto that video, benchmark, testing them, pushing them to their limits, figuring out the storage upgrades and what's the cheapest way of getting the most storage that's faster, and all this kind of stuff. That's all great stuff. And I feel like it's that massive FOMO of like, I should be doing that. Why aren't I doing that? I need to go back and like start scripting the video. And then like, I have to go back to our strategy of like, no, calm. Let's think about this a bit more. Let's find a way of packaging the video that's, should still mean that it performs well, but we get time to put more thought and care and attention into our video than others that are rushing. But equally, like they still probably at the end of the day get the same results. Like, they still get the same views, same subscribers. Hopefully, our videos will get the same views and same subscribers. Hopefully, more over time, because we're trying to aim for again, we're trying to increase our minimum number of views on every one of our videos. We've had a few misses recently, but maybe I'll add that to my list. Video misses. Let's finish that one off at the end. Okay. Oh yeah, and then just mentioning off the back of that, shorts. So again, our short strategy changes constantly. So we did a series of videos about Android or S24 Ultra tips and tricks. That's worked relatively well. I'm in two minds whether I should carry on with that, because there's only so many tips and tricks you can come up with for a phone. And so we switched across to doing some iPhone content, because obviously iPhone season. We've switched over to some really random stuff sometimes. Like I saw a friend of mine was complaining because the iPhone was difficult to turn off. So I was like, I wonder if just making a series of videos about how to turn off various tech devices is worth it. And it's one of those things that's a really stupid idea that feels really pointless. The videos are really quick. But as with my Pixel Watch videos, where I literally showed people how to charge a Pixel Watch, which was take the Pixel Watch charger and attach it to the back of the watch. And that's done like 10 or 15 million views. It's like the stupidest things that get the views. And so that was one of those video ideas where I'm like, this is just really stupid and I cannot see any reason why people would watch it. But let's make a video, see where they go. They might be dead in the water. And they probably will be dead in the water for at least like 6 to 12 months. And then maybe some point in the future, the algorithm will catch it and start serving it to people. And maybe they'll become like 15 million view videos. It's just crazy. And so again, we're going back and forth with like, do we post more shorts, less shorts? Do we focus on, so the most recent discussion has been, well, let's post one short, and then the following day, let's post like a community post with photos and maybe a video, no, not a video, sorry, but with photos. So we'll find some products around the studio, take some nice shots, write some text about it, and just like that then means that the amount of work involved in shooting the shorts can then be halved essentially, because we're not creating like one short a day. We're doing a short and then a photo and then short, then a photo. So that's just the current thinking, which if you've been listening to this podcast since I've started, probably changes every time I come on here and talk about shorts and video strategy. Next one on my list I wrote down as careful with titles with switching. And this is something that came up recently in my comments section, because we've posted, obviously the history of my channel is lifelong iPhone user switches to whatever it's going to be. And I've done that for like 5 years or so. In the last year, we've really tried to steer away from that. There was a lot of people going, oh, God, you're not a lifelong iPhone user because you reviewed Android phones for 4 years. And there is a certain amount of truth in that. Like you can't look at those comments and go, yeah, but like my videos are getting views and engagement, so they're all wrong. There is always like, when people are getting negative comments, you have to kind of see through the people being just like an arse for no reason and look for the truth within their comments and go, actually, is there something here that I could improve, even though they're being a dick about it? Could I work around this? And this is where we really thought about when we script our videos, particularly in the tech industry, because people are so toxic in the comments of, I've written the video, where are people going to pick me apart in this video? Whether it's the title, whether it is the content of the video, like someone's going to post a shitty comment about something in this video, what's it going to be? And then trying to fix that in the video before we actually go and publish it. So fix it in the script before we even go and shoot, let alone edit and publish it. And so what happened recently was we posted a video about, so the iPhone launch happened, we posted the iPhone 16 review. Then I posted the video about why I switched to Android. And it was a video about why I'm using the S24 Ultra. And like, that's been a great phone that I've talked about many, many times on the channel. And I posted a video about from the Snapdragon Summit on that video, on that phone as well. So that was cool. Then I posted a video a week later, maybe I think it was 2 weeks later, called switching to iPhone from Android. And I was very careful in the title to say, not to say why I'm switching to iPhone from Android, because I'm not switching to iPhone from Android. I just wanted it to be a video, like a guide for those that were interested in switching from Android to iPhone, whichever way around it is. I wanted that to be like a resource for them to go, okay, like, here's some stuff I should know. But still in the comments, there was still maybe like 10 or 15 comments like, oh my God, this guy, he switches every flipping week of the year. Like, God, like, you stop switching. And it's just like, I didn't say anywhere in that video that I'm switching. I just wanted it to be like an educational resource. So I'm, and I guess the only real fault there was I put switching to iPhone from Android, or switching to Android from iPhone, whatever it was. I used the word switching in the title. So again, that's something that I've kind of taken on board, and I'm trying to figure out going forward how I can get better at titling these videos without apparently winding people up. And that actually links onto something I put like way down the list here. But this is hiding comments on my channel. So I've gone through a bit of a not process here, but what sparked it. So there is a video on my channel where I talked about stop buying SSDs, or it's titled something along those lines. And the premise of that video was for general normal people to stop them going out to buy like a truckload of SSDs or like cheap SSDs, storing all their family photos and memories and videos and like data, like storing a load of stuff on them, chucking them in a pile somewhere and expecting it to work then in 10, 15, 20 years time when they want to, get back all their old memories. Because there are issues like, there's physical issues and limitations, like the fact you could drop them, damage them, break them, fires. There's all sorts of natural disasters. That's all, like, from my background being in the IT, like, this is all things that could happen. And again, this is like aimed at general normal people, like your mum and your dad and like your friends and your family, people that aren't techies. And so the advice was basically like, actually a better alternative is use those cloud services, use Apple Photos, because at least that way it's all on the cloud side of things. Everything's backed up. Everything's always going to be there. Yes, of course, you should have another copy somewhere. And my kind of, answer to that one is just, install Google Photos on your phone as well as Apple Photos. And so you've got 2 backups, or Amazon Photos. That's free Amazon storage as well for photos. So there are ways that you can have multiple copies. But yeah, use the cloud services, because those will inherently still work as long as these services still exist in 10, 15, and 20 years' time or so. Now, admittedly, you pay more for that. You're going to be subscribed to those services. But a lot of people are already subscribed to the services. This is the thing, like many people are already subscribed to these services. And again, like one of the biggest thing I found, or not the biggest thing, but like with SSDs, there is data to suggest that if you don't plug an SSD in for a long period, and I mean like a long period, like 5-10 years period of time, that it corrupts like the I can't remember the technical terms for it, but like the chips inside the SSD basically just die. And so when you go to plug them in, nothing happens and you can't get access to your data. And there's a few people in the comments that have obviously gone, yeah, that happened to me. I plugged it in and nothing worked. And because again, SSDs fail and they die sometimes. So like this was the whole premise of the video. And yet it found a YouTube audience that was a very, very techie audience. And all of the comments for a very, very long time were, you should buy a NAS and like RAID 5 it and back it up to a cloud service and replicate it to a NAS that's in like another location. And, you hot swap drives and you get an SSD and then you back it up to another SSD and you rotate, 1, 2, 3. And it found totally the wrong audience. And so that's getting an influx of views. And actually, very annoyingly, and this is kind of why it's a recent thing, is that video has been taking off on the channel. It's done a lot of views. But it's one of those videos where I'm like, I really wish it wasn't getting the views, to the point where I almost thought about taking it down. I was going to unlist the video because it's just attracting the wrong viewers and people are getting the wrong idea from the back of the video. I think it brought in like 500 subscribers in the last month. But what I've been doing, and it's been noticeable, is that there's this, what's the terminology? It's like, herd mentality. If you see someone being an idiot, it's going to like attract a lot of other people to be idiots alongside them. Rioting, for example. If someone starts a riot, loads of people come out of nowhere and suddenly start joining in and start rioting. And this is like not calling the comment section of YouTube a riot, which I guess that sometimes it could be. This is the way I was treating the YouTube comments, because I was seeing like a few like shirty comments, and then it would just attract a load more shirty comments of like, you're an idiot. You're a dick. Yeah, why did you say that? Stop being stupid. And so I actually started going through my videos. Like this one video in particular, I started hiding a load of the comments because I'm trying to teach YouTube that these comments from these particular viewers are not helpful for the audience that I've made the video for. And like also loads of people are commenting on it, I'm just a shill for the cloud services and I'm trying to pump some cloud services like commission or whatever. Like I am not earning hardly any money a month from these cloud services. Like I barely even think we probably made like 10 or 15 bucks from referring to these cloud people, because we put affiliate links in all our videos just because you might as well. So I started going through hiding a load of comments on that video, and I started hiding comments on some of the other videos. And what I noticed, so particularly with this new format that was coming through as well, so these new format videos we've been making with like trying to make an emotional connection with the viewer, like majority speaking, there are mostly positive comments that come through on them. But when we're getting the negative comments come through on them, I'm very, very quick now to hide them if I see them, because I want viewers to scroll down and see positive comments, because they're like, this is a happy place. This is a great channel. Yeah, loved hearing from Pete and his videos, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, maybe leave a nice comment. It does like nothing for my day to see a shitty comment on a video. Like, you're only ruining my day. Like, why do you have the time to leave like shitty comments? So I just decided to start doing this. And by doing so, the comments, generally speaking now, when I go into like my top level comments across all my videos, are generally speaking positive now. There's very, very rarely a negative comment in those videos. And so I feel like this is maybe something worth considering, because just from my own like mental health and sanity, just being able to like deal with nice people, like why wouldn't you want to deal with nice people all the time? I want nice viewers. I want to attract the right viewers to my channel. Also, I feel that if I am working with brands, then brands would actually appreciate the comments being positive rather than like, why would you want to work with the creator that's got loads of negative comments all across the videos? It just feels like it's a negative association with a negative person or negative brand or negative channel. So that was another thing as well. And just, again, I'm in this to have fun, make cool videos. Obviously, there needs to be a business behind it, so they need to get views, we need to get sponsorships and those kind of things. But fundamentally speaking, I want to have fun. I want to make some cool videos. And I want people to be on that journey with me to, give me some cool ideas and like engage and like can chat back and forth with you. If people are just gonna be a dick and just like leave shirty comments, I literally have no time for you. Like, I'm sorry. Like, again, there are like some truths to be learned from these comments, and if those comments still come through, I will still gladly read them. Not gladly, I'll still read them and absorb any like things I should be taking from them. But then I will be like, cool, hide, you are hidden from the channel. I won't even respond to them. I don't think there's literally any space in time where I should give a second of my thought of like composing and replying, calling them an idiot or whatever it's going to be. I'm just like instant hide, move on with my day. So there is that. Spotify thing, I've covered that. New media kits. This comes hand in hand. So I've now signed up with a new agency. Not new agency, with an agency. So I now have an agent. Which is weird. I have an agent, even though I technically had an agent, but I hired him and paid him because he was an employee. But I have an agent who looks after other creators as well. And so I've essentially handed over all of my brand deals to this one agent or his company. And they are now on the lookout for me to go and find, go and hunt down these brand deals. Now, they do take a % cut of the various brand deals they do find. But my thinking here again is that now it's completely outsourced. I don't have to worry. I don't have to, like, someone here whose job, Chris was, job here, was to go and find sponsorships. Well, that's not his job anymore. He's cut down his hours. So now he doesn't need to do that. Now I don't need to do that. And actually, as an agency, perhaps they will have better communications with some brands we haven't worked with before and better links with them. So we are very much like, it's only in the first week, I think it was, maybe just over a week now, of working together with this agency. We've just had our first brand deal come through, which they've kind of negotiated in the background, which I'm not sure about. I need to ask them some questions about it. It's lower than we would normally accept because, once the agency take their fee, but again, kind of knew that when we signed up. And also they're asking for certain conditions of sponsorship, which I'm not sure about. But again, this is stuff we can work out. Because for me, sorry, there's a bit of fluff flying in front of me. Because for me, right now speaking, so we are on the 22nd November. We have one sponsor video in December, which is already pre-booked and sponsored before. We've got a couple of videos sponsored next year already, which I'm excited. There's one new brand, which I'm really, really excited to work with, which has already all been pre-agreed before this. But we have no other sponsorships in December. So December is looking like a very bad month for us right now. And again, like I said, it's a business. We need to be able to make the money to pay the bills. And so we're just, doing the best we can, really. So I'm trusting, very heavily trusting, that this team has everything in hand. And again, for me, the purpose for me is not like how much money can I make out of this thing. It is very much like I just want to make some cool videos, and I'm going to carry on doing that for as long as I can do. And as long as I can get paid enough, I'm very happy to earn exactly what I'm earning for the next 5-10 years because it's a good income. I won't lie. But I have no intention to, grow it and turn it into millions or anything along those lines. So very much just earn what I earn for the next few months, next few years or so. So just focusing on, we want to make the good videos. We need a good team around us to make those good videos. And therefore we need good sponsorships, good brand deals, good affiliates, that whole kind of good views, obviously makes all those things worthwhile for the sponsorships and brand deals and affiliates and those kind of things. So it's all part and parcel of running a business. And trusting a lot with this agency. We're going to see how that plays out. And just take it from there. So on the back of that one, I actually went from having a PDF media kit, which genuinely I spent about 3 hours trying to update it because it's in Adobe InDesign. So I had to, my laptop, had to use my laptop that had the one license for Adobe InDesign, sign into it, start moving, objects around and trying to drop in new images in there and it would go in the wrong place. It's like Microsoft Word, you do one thing and it just buggers up something else. So I spent ages trying to update this media kit. And all I was doing was updating the number of subscribers because it's literally said we had 100,000 and something, which we're 200,000 or something now. So that needed updating and updating the most recent content, top performing content in shorts and long form and just updating the data around that. So it's not like it wasn't difficult, but actually doing it in InDesign and doing it as a PDF was very difficult. So what we normally did was take that PDF, put it up to Dropbox DocSend, and then we create a custom DocSend link out to the brands. So when the brands access it, we then know that they've looked at it. We get an email pop in saying, hey, I don't know, Microsoft has looked at your proposal, and it gives us a date and a timestamp and an IP address and stuff, so we can go, oh, cool, maybe we'll drop them an email because I know they've seen it now. And I decided that after all of that stuff, I am now going to switch over to Canva. So I've created a brand new media kit within Canva, which took me all of 30 minutes to an hour to do the entire media kit. So it's a lot easier. I can embed videos directly in there. The videos can click and play within the browser because it's basically a website. It's like a one-page scrolling website. And I've even managed to put a video. I took an excerpt, clips out one of my videos, and put that as the background of the heading. So when people land on my media kit, they can press play and it'll play part of the video I put out, which is just kind of me explaining my strategy with content and how we work with brands and partnerships and those kind of things. So thought it was really good. And we're going to start using that as the media kit. I'm going to tweak and play with it a lot more before I start actually using it and sending it out, because I want to make sure it's like a really good media kit. Maybe, I don't know if you can see that. No, you can't. Maybe I should mention. So this is the whole like, the whole creator world economy of like trying to figure out how to price yourself and what should you charge and the views and those kind of things. And so for some reason, this creator replied to an email from, I think, so a brand did a mail shot about like, hey, here is our product, paid collaboration, like let us know if you're interested. So this creator accidentally hit the reply to all button and sent out his media kit and his brand kit. And wow, so he is about double my size, so he's like 400 something thousand subscribers, and he's charging like 20 grand. I'm gonna just put that out there. It's not like an accurate figure, but it's near enough. It's near to what he's charging, like 20 grand for a 60-second ad read, and it starts from there. Like that's not in dedicated video, and like 20 grand is like twice the price of what one of our dedicated videos costs. Our ad reads are like a quarter of that, if not like a little bit less. A quarter of that. Like I can be fully like open and honest with this. Our brand deals, generally speaking, whenever I speak to anybody, I just go and say like, hey, it's a 60-second ad read. It's going to be 5 grand. Like starting from 5 grand for a 60-second ad read. And like looking at his media kit, because again he linked all the media kit stuff. He's got some like impressive figures. He's got above 400,000 subscribers, so again double our size. Weirdly, he says he's got 1 million average video view count, but when I actually looked at his videos, he doesn't. He has like 100 to 200,000 average video view count, so I'm not sure if he's taking his monthly channel stats and calling that 1 million, so I'm not too sure there. But yeah, it didn't seem like it's not that far off what we're getting. Lots of our videos hit 100, 200,000, if not more than that in lots of cases. So I'll be very, very interested to, maybe I'll have a chat with him. I'll see if I can talk and see how he's getting on with things. But yeah, just again, I just found that fascinating. I've only just literally opened it up before I started this podcast, and just, wow, like 20 grand for 60 seconds. Yeah, nice. Fair play to him. Sign up with an agency. I've mentioned about the delayed content. I mentioned hiding the comments. What did I say I was going to come back to later on? Video misses. Oh, yes. Okay, so yeah, this will finish off. So in terms of video misses, so again, we're trying to like, keep the output we're doing at the rate it is. Good quality content, well-researched, well-thought-out content. We have made quite a few videos about monitor reviews. LGs, the Samsung monitors. We've had quite a few LGs that have come through the doors recently. And so we did a brand deal recently for an AOC, AOC Aegon Pro like gaming monitor. And like this is kind of like, it was a test for me, because I'm like, monitor videos do really well, like consistently really well on our channel. So I wonder if it just happens that we've just happened to have chosen like the good monitors, the popular in-demand monitors that has like legitimate interest people are Googling for and searching for and wanting to watch about. Or will any monitor video do well on our channel? And so we did this brand deal. We worked through an agency. We did what we normally did. We do the same tests that we always do in all of our kind of videos for monitor reviews. And it got a very mixed response. So it hasn't performed that well out the gate. We're still A/B testing titles and thumbnails, trying to see what it can do. And I'm sure from like, this is the stage as a creator where you're like, oh, I really don't want to talk to the brand about it because it hasn't performed as well as we thought it should have performed. So let's try and fix that first before we before we talk to them. And so I have actually sent a message and said, hey, we have posted it. We are testing some things. And generally speaking, monitor videos are a long form play. It's like an evergreen content, because that monitor is going to be out for at least a year, that people are going to be interested in buying it and searching for it and this whole thing. So we'll slowly and gradually like increase over time. It's one of those videos where we kind of went, that did not do as well as we thought. Lesson learned for the future. We need to be a bit more careful on which monitors we want to review and make sure there's like, because for me, it looked like it's a good budget option if you're a gamer. It had a few weird quirks to it. And also, and this is one of those things, so we're learning from, again, like taking lessons learned from comments. In the comment section of that video, not loads of people, but a few comments were saying, Why are you like playing games and reporting the FPS you get on your computer? Like, what kind of like metrics is that to help us as make a buying decision? And all the videos we made previously have all had those same tests in, and not once has anyone questioned like what the point of that test is. And I suspect it's because where we are testing, most of those were like weird size monitors, like the 57-inch, 49-inch, 45-inch monitors. This was just a plain old simple like 32-inch, 16 by 9 or whatever it is, like 4K screen. Like still had like 75 hertz, so it's still fast, still great for gaming. OLED monitor. And so I suspect that most people, when it's the 32-inch monitor, they're like, well, yeah, it's the 32-inch monitor. It's going to perform the same as any other 32-inch monitor. But because these other monitors we've been looking at are weird sizes, that data has been useful because people watch them are probably going, I wonder, my gaming rig, what it's going to do when what's the, because we've got a really good PC here, like, what's the best PC I could get and what kind of frame rates could that reach? Well, we've kind of done that for them within those videos here. So yeah, less applicable to those monitor reviews. So again, like that just means we're going to go back to our strategy a little bit more and just try and figure out what we're going to do with our videos going forward. And that, I think, is today's episode. To leave it there, we are at 36 minutes, so I'm not getting any better at making these shorter than I wanted to. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.